Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to give you guys a heads up on an awesome Steam game deal under the price of $4. It's one that goes on sale pretty frequently now, but since it's available, I thought I would reiterate it, and it's definitely worth a pickup. A lot of other deals. We got a couple historic lows and a couple of other notable deals. Again, I've said it before, but there's not a ton of stuff that's being discounted right now, given we just came off the heels of Black Friday. The winter sale is coming up, and there was a lot of stuff discounted as a part of that, but we still gotta get the videos out, you guys. I gotta pay my $3.59 for a pound of chicken. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't easy these days. I'm obviously joking, but let's get right into it. RoboCop Rogue City is 90% off for $3.99. A very positive reception, of course, on RoboCop Rogue City. I feel like a lot of people have been checking the game out recently because the game was just so ridiculously discounted, and I kind of wish, and I've said this before, that other developers and publishers would do this, but get their game so low in price that it causes an influx of totally new people to check the game out, just because I feel like some of these games, bro, they hold up at like $18 to $20, and it's just like, dude, nobody's gonna pay for that. I get it that once you lower a game to sub $5, it's kind of like the toothpaste is out of the tube at that point, and the game's value has depreciated, or at least that's how it'll be perceived at. But like, think about it for a second. Who in their right mind is buying a game like Dio Field Chronicle for $20? Like, it's just not happening. So I actually really appreciate them dropping RoboCop down to sub $5 because it is a really good game, and I think a lot of people checked it out on that fact. Whoa there, dude. What a crazy take you have there. You want games to be super cheap, but I have my reasoning attached to it as well, just because some of these games, bro, why are they $18, $20, $25 in the year 2025 when they came out 3-4 years ago, and a lot of people didn't check it out even at full price? But I digress. RoboCop Rogue City for $3.99, I think is a great deal. I've said it before, but I'm not a big RoboCop guy, but I still thought this game was enjoyable from a writing and dialogue standpoint. The story was pretty good, and I thought the gameplay was serviceable. I'm not gonna say it was blowaway or anything like that, but I think if you're a RoboCop fan, you'll really enjoy the game, so $3.99 on that is great. And then obviously, like I said yesterday, Unfinished Business is also on sale. That's 40% off for $18, and that just came out back in July, so good little discount on that. But RoboCop Rogue City, $4 on that is a great pickup. Hell Is Us is 30% off for $35. Now, $35 obviously quite pricey, but this game just came out back in September. I'm not asking for Hell Is Us to be sub $5. All right, relax there. But Hell Is Us came out back in September, and it is a game that now is at a historic low of $35, but I'm sure it'll get cheaper and cheaper. Honestly, a game like this, I wouldn't be surprised in a year from now if it's like a headliner for a humble choice. I could totally see that happen, but nonetheless, if you do want to pick it up now, $35 for a game that's incredibly unique. If you don't know, Hell Is Us's whole shtick is dropping you into the game world and very much leaving you to your own devices and figuring it out. Not to say it doesn't give you any guidance, it does, but it's not like there's gonna be an abundance of waypoints, markers telling you to go here, get this, grab that, etc., or how exactly to navigate throughout the world. It really leaves you to find it for yourself, which a lot of people will appreciate. Had a couple of buddies play this game, and while they liked it in regards to the visuals and the atmosphere, ended up dropping the game because in 2025, there is an audience of people that do not want a game leaving you totally to your own devices, but there's also going to be an audience that is going to really appreciate that. And I would rather a game be an audience for someone rather than being an audience for no one. And I think Hell Is Us found its shtick, and then it went forward with that while realizing that, hey, some people are not going to be into it, which is fine. Not every game is going to be for everyone. Hell Is Us, in game design, it's not the type of game that I want to play all the time, but every now and again, a game like this, I think, is incredibly compelling, and I think from an atmosphere standpoint, it's great. And by the way, the voice actor from Deus Ex Human Revolution who did Adam Jensen in this game as well, so, how about that for a tidbit? But nonetheless, great deal on that if you want a game that's not really gonna hold your hand, Hell is Us is definitely a good shout there. Next up, we do have The Medium, 70% off for $14.99. Bloober Team has been getting a lot of attention recently, and thankfully and rightfully so, because they've been doing great work. Silent Hill 2 Remake, Chronos the New Dawn, I know didn't absolutely crush it from a commercial standpoint, but that game is really good. And The Medium was a game that I really dug. I don't think it's gonna be for everyone with how the game is structured and designed, but I thought from an atmosphere standpoint, it's incredibly well done, and I feel like Bloober Team has done really good in that regard with a lot of their games. But it's also got this dual reality gimmick going on for it, which I thought was pretty unique from a game design standpoint, and you know, created some unique puzzles, but it's not gonna be for everyone. Like I said, I think the atmosphere, the tension, and how it was designed from a puzzle standpoint, it was really well done, but $14.99 is a pretty good price point on it, so I would definitely give that a recommendation. They also have the Bloober Team Next Gen bundle with The Medium and Observer System Redux for $20.23. That's a pretty good deal as well, and Observer System Redux, by the way, is $7.49, so you can pick that up. That is another Bloober Team title that is really good. One of their earlier games that doesn't get a lot of attention these days, but a really compelling game with its setting and the cyberpunk theme to it. So check that out. Skate City is 90% off for $1.49. Hey, this is a historic low for a skateboarding game, which I know people are always looking for a good skateboarding game, although Skate Story just came out, and that game looking incredibly spicy. I'm definitely gonna play it. Just haven't gotten around to it yet, but that game obviously still at a full price of $20. But Skate City, the acclaimed skateboarding game, comes to PC complete, over 100 challenges and countless combos across real-world iconic destinations, or chill out and ride at your own pace with endless skate. Then share your best 2.5D skate runs from every angle with our multi-camera in-game recording tools. Very positive reception, 133 reviews, 83% of those are positive. Azure Striker Gunvolt is 60% off for $5.99. If you're looking for something that's Mega Man-esque, man, this is a great time. I love the Azure Striker Gunvolt games. Unfortunately, these games have really held up in price, and you know, not to say $6 is super expensive, but the game is a decade old. It would be nice to see this, you know, at $2.99 or something like that, but it is what it is. The game does have a sequel and a third game as well, but enjoyable games, like the character design, like the gameplay. $5.99, again, a good buy on that. Children of Morta, 85% off for $3.29, a story-driven action RPG game about an extraordinary family of heroes. Lead the Bergensons with all of their flaws and virtues against the forthcoming corruption. Will you be able to sacrifice everything to save the ones you care for? 88% positive reception on this one and an 82 on Metacritic, $3.29 on that. You want a narrative-driven game that's going to hit you in the feels? Until Then is a great game to check out. 50% off for $9.99. This is very much a narrative-driven title, throwback pixel graphics aesthetic, but man, this game will hit you in the feels in terms of the writing, the character interactions. It is so well done in that regard. Again, be emotionally in the right place for a game like this. It's not going to be something you want to play. You know, I was gonna say it's not a game you want to play when you're like super down in the dumps or something like that, but man, games that tackle the emotions, I feel like resonate with people so differently. Like sometimes a game like this, when people are down, is what really brings them back up and it makes them feel something, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, just play it, just realize that when you go into it, it is gonna be something that's a little bit emotionally of a gut punch, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, $9.99 on that. Check that out. Frostpunk is 90% off for $2.99. Another game that not in the same way, but can emotionally be a bit of a gut punch. You know, really well done game. I'm not super into city builders, but I thought thematically this game was so compelling in the sense that the decision making in this game is very grim and dark, and I thought it was a well-designed game. Again, I'm not the guy to break down the nuances of the mechanics of a city builder, but as far as a game that's enjoyable, I did enjoy Frostpunk. No controller support in the game, just keep that in mind. It's a city builder, so that's not the biggest deal in the world, but $2.99 on that. The Last Campfire, $1.49 on that, done by One Hello Games. This is a pretty charming, shorter game, very much on the relaxing chill side, but sometimes that's exactly what you need, and for $1.49, pretty good deal there. And then a game that's been on my radar to check out for a little bit now, I Am Your Beast, is 30% off for $13.99. 3,800 reviews on this one, 98% positive. Hunt the military industrial complex across stylish comic book micro sandboxes in a fast-paced covert revenge thriller FPS from the developers of El Paso Elsewhere. Again, incredibly strong reception, 30% off for $13.99. Don't see a lot of people talking about it, but wanted to give that game a shout as it is seeing a bit of a discount, and I believe this is a historic low for the game. So check that out if you're into first-person shooters with a really, really great art style. The comic book aesthetic looks great in that game. Reminds me a bit of 13, the classic. You know, not the remake, the classic 13. But nonetheless, I am your beast of $13.99 on that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great Steam game deals available right now. Links to all of these in the description box below. Check them out for yourself. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.